Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to get a little raw and vulnerable and be as authentic as I can be as I talk about father wounds, my father wound, and perhaps your father wound. Carl Jung describes father wound as a deep scar, a deep emotional scar when your father was physically absent, emotionally absent, or abusive or overly critical. Here's my story. When I was growing up, my father, he wasn't there. He worked a lot. He worked 6 days a week, was always trying to get overtime, and worked. He was a workaholic. When he wasn't working, he was drinking. He'd come home from work, drink 5 or 6 bottles of beer, eat dinner, pass out in his chair, and then do it all over again the next day. Didn't really check in, didn't really guide, wasn't there as a father for me or my sister. So that's my story. We're going to go into what a father wound is. We're going to talk about 3 types of father wounds. We're going to talk about 5 ways we can heal that father wound. And then what does it mean in the big picture to get this father wound, identify it, heal it, and move forward? So as I was growing up, I always felt I had to be the best in sports. I was class president in high school. I always felt I had to excel in my career. I always felt I had to be the best, do the best, be a perfectionist. And it was all because my father wasn't there. So I felt I had to overcompensate and overperform. So what do the experts say about father wounds? What is a father wound? Carl Jung wrote, "Nothing has a stronger influence psychologically on their environment, and especially on their children, than the unlived life of the parent." So the father wound is a deep emotional absence, a psychic scar when they are physically absent, emotionally distant, and abusive or highly critical. I like what John Eldredge says. He wrote a book called Wild at Heart. He said, every boy has this question: do I have what it takes? He asks that constantly, and it's up to the father to validate that wound. When I was growing up and I'm in Little League, first day in Little League, and I can't throw a baseball, the answer to that question was no, you don't have what it takes. You owe it to your father to show you and guide you and tell you and teach you. So when that question comes up, do I have what it takes? You can answer yes. For women, it's a different question. The question is, am I lovely? Am I worth pursuing? I have 2 daughters, and I always commented, you look so pretty. You look beautiful. If the father doesn't give this blessing to the little girl, she forever will feel, am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? That's her version of, do I have what it takes? So as we go into the 3 types of father wounds, the absent father wound, I have a lot of friends that got divorces and they lived with their moms and their dad would show up every now and then on the weekends. That's a wound. My dad lived with me and he wasn't there, but divorce, that can cause the father wound, especially an absent part of the father wound. Emotionally unavailable. Kids need their parents. Kids need their dads. I needed my dad. He wasn't there for me emotionally. as I was going through. I remember second grade, I had my first kiss during second grade. I didn't even know what to do with it. I kissed a girl and I liked it, but my dad wasn't there. He didn't coach me. He never told me about the birds and the bees or how to woo a woman. I had to figure it out all on my own. Emotionally unavailable. And number 3, abusive or highly critical. My dad wasn't abusive. Well, I don't know. If I did something that really pissed my mom off, I would get the belt several occasions. Highly critical. I think my mom was more highly critical, but I didn't have that. But I have had friends who I observed you had to tiptoe around their pops, because if my friend did anything wrong, he would explode, and nobody wanted that. So I've seen that, the abusive, highly critical father model. Those are all father wounds. Right, now we're going to go into the most important portion of this video. 5 steps to healing that father wound. So there are 5 steps. Number 1 is feel and grieve. You have to acknowledge that feeling, whether it's anger and hurt and abuse, or whether it's absence and emptiness. You have to feel it. What did it cost you to have a father who gave you that wound? What did it cost you? Feel it. Grieve it. You have to feel it if you're going to heal it. So I just want you to take a minute to really sink into that feeling, that hurt. Father wasn't there, didn't give you what you needed. Doesn't matter if you want to justify it or think you understand the motives. Bottom line, he was supposed to be there for you, and he wasn't. So feel and grieve that. That is step number 1. Step number 2 is extremely powerful. It's a total truth letter. Write a total truth letter to your dad. Whether he is alive or whether he's not alive, write the letter. Whether you have contact with him or whether you don't, write the letter. You don't even have to give the letter to your dad. This is a total truth letter where you put pen to paper and you just let it flow. You let it flow and you let it flow. Anger, rage, hurt, frustration, every emotion that you have, every feeling that you have. Dad, you were not there when, and let it flow. When I wrote my total truth letter, tears were literally, they were pouring as I was writing. It's really cleansing. It's really healing. And when you complete your total truth letter, read it aloud to yourself. Go look yourself in the mirror and read the letter. Dear Dad. It's powerful. It's healing. It's cleansing your soul. And it's getting you ready to move on and have a new beginning. What I did after I read the letter out loud, I burned it. I didn't mail it. I didn't read it to him. Figured, what's the point? It's 80 years old. What's the point? I'm going to move on. I burnt it. Had a little ceremony. Burned the letter. Leads to step 3. Step 3 is reparenting your inner child. All right, so you didn't get what you needed when you were a child. Your inner child didn't get the love, the support, the acknowledgement that they needed when they were younger. So I want you to envision your inner child, your younger self. Get a vision of you when you were 7 or 8 years old. Put that in front of you right now. Hi, little Kenny. How are you? Little Kenny is right here. So my dad wasn't able to give little Kenny what he needed when I was young. He wasn't able to teach me how to throw a baseball, for goodness sake. He wasn't able to teach me about the birds or the bees or any of that. Your adult self can give you the love and the support that was lacking when you were younger. Little Kenny, I love you. You are so beautiful. You're so important to me. I just want to give you a hug. Can I give you a hug, little Kenny? Be the parent to your inner child. You can have that conversation with little Kenny or whoever you call your younger child. You can reparent your inner child and give them what they didn't get. We move on to number 4. Number 4 is all about forgiveness. Yes, if you forgive your father, forgive your dad, it sets you free. Your father, my father, I forgive you. I forgive you. You had it rough growing up. Your dad wasn't there for you. Your dad abandoned you when you were younger. I understand and I forgive you, Dad. Forgiveness can free up space in your heart. It creates that space. So love can flow into your heart. So when you're loving your younger self, you can feel that love to where there's a crack in that outer protection that used to be there to protect your heart because you always had to do it yourself. You always had to rely on yourself. You couldn't rely on anybody else because if you relied on somebody else, they failed you just like your father did. Forgive him so you can start beginning to trust yourself, trust others, and beginning to let love into your heart. So as we move to step 5 is about rebuilding self-worth with daily practice. So now that you've went through the first 4 steps of healing that father wound, what can you put into place on a daily basis that's going to give you some reconnection with yourself, some love for yourself? I would start with affirmations. Start a morning meditation and an affirmation to where you can tell yourself how beautiful you are. I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am creative. I am divinely guided. I am a gift from God. I am free. I am healing. I am love. I am magic. I am worthy. I am enough. Say those things to yourself. Make it part of your morning practice. Daily practice is you're creating habits on a daily basis that's going to reprogram and rewire your brain so this father wound can heal. This father wound can heal. You do it by giving yourself daily medicine that's going to heal this wound. Number 2, set boundaries. If there are toxic people in your life, set boundaries. You don't need to have that in your life, and perhaps your father wound allowed you to accept certain people in your life that maybe you shouldn't. Set those boundaries, keep them firm. You're loving yourself, and you expect that from everyone you associate with. Set those boundaries. Number 3 in this rebuild your self-worth daily practice is self-love. Love yourself. How are you going to love yourself? Do you love yourself by taking yourself to the gym, going to see a movie, having a massage day, going for a walk? What are loving acts you can do to show yourself self-love, that you are lovable, that you are worthy? And then association. You are who you hang around. So if people are not valuing your worth or showing you respect, maybe it's time to look at hanging around different people. So step 5 is all about rebuilding that self-worth with daily practice. It's like having that wound, and then each day you're taking care of that wound. And over time, you will heal. So as we move to the end of this video, what's the biggest takeaway here? Do you have what it takes? Are you lovely? The takeaway is you can answer that for yourself. You don't need the Father. You do have what it takes. You are lovely and beautiful. When you begin to heal the father wound, something beautiful happens. You stop chasing love and you start receiving it. You stop asking, am I enough? And you start declaring it. Whether you're a man seeking purpose or a woman seeking wholeness, healing the father wound opens the door to your true identity, your true purpose. You can start living your life. Put in the comments below if you're ready to heal the father wound. Say, I'm ready to heal. Put it in the comments. Subscribe to this channel. We are creating a community where we're learning, growing, and healing together. This is Coach Ken. Share this video with somebody who might have issues with their father, daddy issues. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Love you guys. God bless.